Working some prone jacks for this exercise. Now this is a fairly easy variation because we're using the bench for some elevation, which is going to take some of your weight off it. A nice warm-up exercise, or it's a good exercise between difficult exercises. Your turn to try it. Bench squat or bench get up, if you like, for this exercise. So you can see I'm starting with feet parallel, shoulder width, and I'm lifting right up, standing, and dropping back down into that squat, but I'm sitting on the bench as I do it. And then all I'm doing is just lifting straight back up. So it's actually giving you a moment's rest when you're seated on the bench. Your turn to try this one. Elevated hips raise for this exercise. So I'm starting off seated in front of the bench with my arms on the bench in a crucifix position, and then I'm going to use my arms to assist me, and I'm going to really squeeze up with my hips until I've created a straight line. I'm going to drop back down, touch my tailbone to the floor, and go again. This one's a fantastic glutes and back exercise. Let's get you to try this one for yourself. Let's grab a pair of dumbbells for this next segment. Front squat with a single dumbbell for this one. So you can see that I'm starting with my feet parallel at shoulder width, and my knees are right over the top so they're not caving in, or I'm not adding extra width to it. I'm holding the dumbbell right in front of me, just underneath my chin, and it's staying there. It's staying stationary throughout the whole exercise. As I drop down, I'm going to try and get my elbows to my quadriceps, which basically marks the perfect lower position in my squat, and then I'm going to lift straight back up. Your turn to try this one. Romanian deadlifts for this one, guys. So making sure your feet are parallel and at shoulder width, and your knees are right over the top of it, so it's nicely supported. You're holding the dumbbells up like it's a barbell, and we're dropping straight down with this one. You want to push back with your bum to make sure your spine's remaining nice and tight and in a neutral position. Your turn to try this one. Your turn to try this one. Your turn to try this one. Sidestepping into some squats for this exercise. So we're going to start with one side. You can perhaps start with your right side. Get into a nice deep wide squat and then go back to feet together and then hit the left side. And we're going to keep alternating between the two sides. Your turn to try this one. starting lying down on the floor in a prone position, we're going to make sure that we've got our knees and feet together and we're holding up the dumbbell with the arch of our foot. We're going to go into some leg curls and we're going to make sure that we're getting 90 degrees of action as far as the movement is concerned. Make sure you keep pressing your feet together to keep the dumbbell nicely secured. Your turn to try this one. Frog legs glutes bridge for this exercise. So starting with your feet together and your knees apart, we're going to lift right up into a glutes bridge as high as you can. So we want to try and hit that body triangle and then return your butt all the way back down to the floor and lift again. Make sure you're keeping your knees as wide as you can throughout the entire lift. Your turn to try this one. with a front hand position, we're going to go into some parallel legs at shoulder width, and we're just going to work some calves raises from here. So just making sure that you're keeping a nice neutral spine, keeping the knees slightly bent to protect your back, and just pushing all the way up as far as the calves raise is concerned, and flattening back down as well. Your turn to try this one.
Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now.
If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.